Hello everyone, welcome back. In today's video I'll show you how I made this eforiro recipe that would have you hooked and you would love it. Here I have goat meat and beef. I'll add some onion, chopped habanero pepper and bouillon powder. I'll give this a mix to combine, then I'll cover and allow it to simmer in its own juices for about 15 minutes. If you are in Nigeria, kindly read the notes in the description. In another pot, I have Shaki, also known as beef rib, Abodi. I don't know what that is called in English. And I also have Pomo. I'll season it just as I did the goat meat and beef, onion, habanero pepper, and beef bouillon. I will not add any water to this. I'll let it simmer in its own juices for 15 minutes, just like the beef and goat meat. I'll prepare the peppers while those are cooking. I have onion, chili peppers, and bell peppers. You guys, this is sweet pointed pepper and the mini peppers and one bell pepper. If you're in Nigeria, you just want to use habanero, onion, and shombo. But this is what I have here and it's what I'm using. I'll go ahead and chop this in a food processor. Please don't use a blender. If you use a blender, you want to use the pulse function because we don't want it to be smooth. We want it to be roughly chopped like this. Now I'm going to check on the Shaki and Pomo. Can you see how much juice it has brought out? It's got a lot. Provided you cook it on medium heat, you'll be fine. I'll add enough water to cook it, then I'll cover and let it cook until it is soft. I think I cooked it for about 30 minutes more. Just keep an eye on it. You can even taste one to know what you want. I'll check on the goat meat and beef as well. Goat meat where I stay is very tough. Some of them are even tougher than beef. That is why I say if you are in Nigeria, read the description. I'm just adding some stock fish because I want it to infuse the flavor into the goat meat. I'll add enough water to cook it. As you can see, this stock fish is soft already. I have soaked it overnight, so it is good. That's why I didn't add it from the start. It is soft enough for me to work with. I'll give this all a mix and then cover and let it cook for another 20 to 30 minutes on medium heat. Next, I'll prepare the dried catfish. This is oven dried catfish. That is why you see it's so clean like so. I don't need to scrub it with salt and sponge. I'm just going to add some water, hot water, and let it soak for about 5 minutes until it becomes soft. If you are using the regular fish bought from the market, you want to first scrub it with salt and sponge before soaking it with water to get rid of all the sand and dirt in it. I'll strain out the hot water and then begin to debone. Kindly debone it as you please. I'm not going to take off all the head. I'll just take off every bone and what I don't want from the fish. If you have children, you want to be especially careful. So can you see? Carefully debone them just as I am showing you. So this is what I got after deboning. I'll rinse it a couple of times and then set it aside. Next, I'll prepare the vegetables. I'm using some spinach. I have 6 heads of spinach and kale. This is 200 grams of kale. I'm using 3 packs, making 600 grams altogether. I'll take off all of the stems from the kale. You don't want to leave the stem on it or else it'll be too hard, guys. Kale stems are super hard. If you are in Nigeria, you want to either use eforiro or eforiro. If you're abroad, you can either use just the kale or just the spinach, but I love the combination of kale and spinach in my eforiro. I've just added some vinegar. You can use salt, and I've added water. I'll let this soak while I prepare the spinach. So I'll take off the stems from the spinach and then cut the part that still have remaining stem into about half of an inch, and then cut the rest of them into 1 inch thick. This is eforiro. You don't want to overcut the vegetables too thinly or else it'll melt away. So repeat, cut the stems parts into half of an inch and then the actual leaves into 1 inch thick. You can even cut it thicker. And so this is what we have. The kale has been soaking for a while now. I'll take it out and rinse it in different water up to 4 times. If you want to manage your vinegar, all you need to do is soak the spinach in this vinegar water while you rinse the kale. Remember, I'm rinsing this kale with clean water 4 times. Can you see all the dirt in the water? So this is my cleaned kale. I'm going to add boiled water to blanch it. This will help me reduce the kale significantly so that it can be easy to work with. Blanching your vegetables helps it retain color apart from making it easy for you to work with, and it also helps it remain green rather than turning yellow or brown. I'll take it out after about 5 minutes when it reduces significantly, and then I'll run it in cold water. You can add ice if you have, but the water is cold enough, so I'm not going to add ice. I'll squeeze it out until all the liquid comes out as much as I can. Can you see the big bunch of vegetables? Look at what we have now. Look at what is left. I'm going to do the same thing I did to the kale. I'll do the same to the spinach. So the little balls, those 2 balls, those are the kale, and this is the spinach. At this point, my meat is super done to perfection. If you want, you can fry this, but I will not fry it. I'm using it like that. Reserve the stock because we need it. And the shaki, everything here is also done. We will not use the stock from this particular meat. If you taste it, you will know why. I'll cut the pomo into bite-sized pieces, and remember we did not slice the kale, so blanching it makes it easy to work with like I mentioned earlier. So I'm just going to cut it as I'm showing you in this video. You guys, we have been prepping. Now it is time to cook. I have the palm oil heating up nicely. I'm going to add some chopped red onions or purple onions. I'll add the locust beans or iru, whatever you call it, and saute this for a minute until it softens up. Next, I'm going to add some crayfish powder and saute this for only 30 seconds. If you fry it for more than 30 seconds, the crayfish will burn and your sauce will be bitter. Next, I'll go in with the chopped peppers from earlier, and then I'll season with some beef bouillon. Minimally, guys, because we'll still add the stock. You don't want to overdo it. I'll give this a mix and then add the deboned dried catfish and the deboned stockfish. I'm adding it now because I want it to release more flavor into the sauce. I'll give it all a mix and let it fry for about 20 minutes. Please don't forget to hit the like button and also subscribe to my channel because as you can see, there are amazing recipes on here. Also share these videos so that others can see it and join the family. Thank you. This has fried to perfection. I'll go in with the cooked meat. Add as much as you want. Reduce it if it is too much. And then I'll give this all a mix. I'll add the stock as well. That is why I said do not over season from earlier, because this comes with its own flavor. I'll give this all a mix. The reason for adding the stock is because the sauce is dry and we don't want the vegetable soup to be too dry, okay? So once it is all combined, I'll let it sit and simmer for 5 minutes so everything can marry. Then I'll begin to add the vegetables. First, I'll go in with the kale and the spinach. I'll mix it all up until it is well incorporated. Let me know in the comments, how do you like to enjoy your vegetable soup, this eforiro. Do you like it with fufu, amala, eba, semovita, whatever you like it with? Please kindly drop it in the comments, okay? Once everything is incorporated, I'm going to turn up the heat. Let me give you a quick tip. If you are batch cooking this and you still want it to be fresh, I would advise you take out some of the sauce and freeze the blanched vegetables. Remove it from the freezer a night before you want to use it, and then mix them up like this when you are ready. Or simply give them all a mix and take it off the heat immediately. You can even mix it off the heat of the stove and then put it in your freezer. To seal off all of this flavor, I'm going to add some more crayfish powder. So as I was saying, if you were to take them out for batch saving, you would not add this crayfish powder just yet. You add the crayfish powder when you are ready to use. Guys, I really appreciate you for staying to the end of this video. Thank you so much for your love and your support. Thank you so much for being here, and let me wow you with how I am enjoying this. I am enjoying it with some freshly made poundo yam, and my husband wanted rice. So you guys, you have varieties to choose from. Thank you so much once again for being here, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.